The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
This is preseason football. It's the Hall of Fame game. You'll have the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions playing tonight.
Some light.
Yeah. Yes, it's,
guys wearing their uniforms.
Sure. There's some of that. Yeah. What do you think the likelihood of either one of those teams being in the Super Bowl is?
Tell me the teams again.
The Chargers and the Lions. Lions lost both of their coordinators, but they played for the right to play in the Super Bowl last year. Chargers have Jim Harbaugh as their head coach, and he's you would say what you want, he's won everywhere he's been, and I feel like that he's a guy that will get back to a Super Bowl. He was there with the 49ers. 49ers? No.
Yes.
49ers, yeah. 49ers, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet the house on it, but I think they're both going to be in the mix as good teams.
Mm-hmm.
I would put a higher likelihood on the Lions than the Chargers.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
But I think they're probably both. If you picked 6 or 7 teams in the AFC and the NFC that have a shot, I think they would both be in those categories.
Okay. Not that you're looking for a reason to tune in, and I don't think this would give you a reason.
What would cause me to tune in?
Okay.
Bon Jovi or Boyz II Men performing at halftime?
I don't think that's going to happen.
What else?
Okay, hang on. Let's define tuning in. Actually turning on the TV to watch for
Correct.
5 minutes.
Correct.
Or do you have to watch a certain amount of the actual game, like the first half? What counts as tuning in?
I think when I've got something tonight, but where we're going, I'm going to. You
will be watching no matter what.
I will see if we can
You are locked in.
I will see if I can get it tuned in.
You will be looking for updates on Twitter if you had Twitter about the game. And that's fine. That's who you are.
Yeah.
I will turn it on for probably 5 minutes.
I will not. And if I happen to be in front of the TV and I'm flipping through and I flip across it, I'm sure it'll keep sliding.
Okay, the kick's at 7 tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if there was going to be an announcement like who else was on the grassy knoll or something.
See, I don't think you would tune in for that.
I would.
You would?
I would, yeah, for that.
For that?
Yeah. Yeah. Even though I'm not obsessed with it, I mean, that's like part of U.S. history. I'd like, man, I want to see how this goes down.
Or if they showed the true Zapruder film at halftime, as opposed to the edited, blurry version that is all we get to see, the real version of the Zapruder film.
You think he was standing there with an ABC News camera?
No, I think that
on a tri-mount? He was holding that in his hand.
I think when they looked at that and then they gave us the true. They didn't give us the true one because they edited it and they blurred up some stuff, and I think the version that Abraham Zapruder filmed is we're not getting the accurate version of it. In the second half tonight, and I don't think this is going to cause you to tune in because I don't know if you because you don't tune in for announcers, okay? But
no, especially on the Hall of Fame game.
Brent Musburger is going to join the NBC booth in the second half. Okay.
Okay.
He will be looking live.
He will be looking live. I'm sure.
Nobody else will be, but he will be.
I am sure.
And why is this a big deal?
That's his open.
Well, he is the 2025 recipient of the Pete Rozelle Radio Television Award. So
seems well warranted. Yeah.
Yep, well warranted.
Yeah, he's earned that.
He has. So he's going to be on with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. I guarantee you, Chris Collinsworth will say, Brent, give us a "You Are Looking Live." We'll get that. We will get that tonight.
Gee, Pandering to fans on a Hall of Fame game that doesn't matter to anybody except the 50 or so guys on the field. Yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. That might be his first question.
Okay.
Truthfully, that might be the most entertaining part of the broadcast.
It might be.
For people. I mean, I don't mean to disparage what preseason football means or whatever, but, this game, you're just not going to be seeing a lot of guys that are playing in the NFL in the regular season.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Or
right
at
about
least
that.
In big roles.
In big roles.
Yeah.
But he is 86 years old, Brent Musburger is. And he's still alive and kicking. He's had some great gigs over the years. And the host of the NFL Today and college football play-by-play announcer. Had the big games. Of course, he was on the big game here, maybe the biggest game ever. He was the TV announcer for Harold of Crabtree. I wonder if you were to ask him where that would rank in terms of iconic plays that he's seen, because he's seen a ton of games over the years, whether it's college basketball or college football or the NFL or the NBA.
I'd be interested to hear his answer to that.
Yeah.
As a Tech fan.
Yeah. Where does that play stand in your mind? So anyway, that's something tonight. All right. So I want to get into this, but so I'll just I'll throw this out and see what your initial reaction was. But last night I was listening to Double T 97.3, and the discussion was the Cowboys and Micah Parsons, who now seem to be further apart with their discussions now than they were back in the spring. That's according to Adam Schefter. What would you think about the Cowboys? Should the Cowboys trade Micah Parsons and utilize him as acquiring assets to help them truly build their football team, as opposed to giving him $40+ million and further putting themselves in a spot where, okay, you've got a couple of players here and you're paying them a ton of money, but you can't pay anybody else?
I guess, what are you getting in return would be my question. Okay. You would have I would say, if you traded Micah Parsons, what would your biggest hole be? Probably somebody to get after the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you making this trade because you're wanting to make this team better a year, 2, 3 years from now?
Yeah.
Or are you making this team because you're wanting to win now? Making this trade because you're wanting to win now? Because if you're wanting to win now, making the trade probably is not going to help you.
Yeah, it's not going to help you win this year.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was an interesting discussion. So if you have a thought on that, hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line this morning. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app. It's presented by Happy State Bank.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Morning Drive, time for this day in sports history on this final day of July 2025, July the 31st.
It's also the last Thursday in July.
It is the last Thursday in July. Here is Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
It's the last 31st in July, too.
Yes.
1930. New York Yankees first baseman Lou Gehrig drives in 8 runs with a grand slam and 2 doubles in a 14-13 win over the rival Boston Red Sox. 1963. The Cleveland Indians tie a record of 4 consecutive home runs to beat the California Angels 9-5. Woody Held, Pedro Ramos, Tito Francesco, and Larry Brown all go deep in the 6th inning.
Wow.
Larry Brown, the coach of the Jayhawks?
No. Yeah. He was a lot of places. I don't think he was in baseball.
Might be Tito Francona. That might be the way that I was supposed to go. Anyhow, 1978, Cincinnati Reds infielder Pete Rose singles off of Phil Niekro to extend his hitting streak to 44 games.
He got close.
As the Reds edged the Atlanta Braves 3-2, tying Willie Keeler's 81-year-old National League record. 1990.
Jeff, you know who Tito Francona is, right?
No.
He's the manager of the Reds.
That's Terry. That's Terry Francona.
Oh, okay.
Tito is his nickname. Yeah. Or his real name. I don't know. Right? Or is it his dad?
Oh, I think his dad was Tito.
His dad.
What year was that? What
Yes,
year was that,
his
Jeff?
dad.
The California Angel deal?
That's right.
The 1963.
Yeah, that was his dad. Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, his dad was Tito, and he was Cherry.
Yeah.
1990, Texas Rangers pitcher Nolan Ryan records his 300th career victory with an 11-3 win over the Milwaukee Brewers, becoming the 20th Major League Baseball pitcher to reach that milestone. And in 2016, former Red Raider A.J. Ramos gets his only win of the year in relief of the Marlins' 5-4 win over the Cardinals. Don't think he had a bad year, though. He had 40 saves that year. This was just the one time that he got the win.
Gosh.
Happy Cotton Candy Day. Happy Jump for the Jelly Beans Day. And because today is the last Thursday of July, happy National Chili Dog Day.
Oh, boy, I could get behind a chili dog.
Wait a minute. You're going to tell me that 93 degrees today isn't going to be too hot for chili?
Not on a hot dog.
When was J.K. Rowling is 60, Al Green 37, Mark Cuban 67, DeMarcus Ware 43, Andre Ware 57, and Tim Couch is 48. And on this day in history, in 1975, Jimmy Hoffa, one of the most influential American labor leaders in the 20th century, is officially reported missing. No updates have been found.
They'll never find him.
Well, at this point, wherever he was, he is no longer there.
Yeah, they'll never find him.
And that is this day in sports history. I specifically asked you about a chili dog when you mentioned it's too hot for chili, and you said yes. When we initially brought this up.
Years ago?
Yes. I specifically said, what about like a chili dog?
I don't remember that part of it. I don't remember that part of it at all.
I think you're misremembering.
I'm sure that I am, but a chili dog, yeah, I do a chili dog today. You're not a fan of the chili on the hot dog, are you?
He's not a fan of the dog.
I don't eat chili.
Yeah, and you don't. What about hot dogs? No,
he doesn't eat hot dogs.
I
either.
had my one per year, like last weekend or the weekend before.
Okay,
he's a burger guy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I know. I think this is sarcasm from Paul. He says, but nothing beats hello, friends.
No, I don't think it's sarcasm. That's one of Musburger's.
No. That's
Jim Nance.
Hello, friends.
Okay. Jim Nance is
That's
hello,
Nance.
friends. Yeah, hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. NFL Today on CBS with Brent, Phyllis, and Irv. Revolutionary for NFL football. I enjoyed watching it every Sunday. I did too. And Jimmy the Greek, don't forget him. And I can't remember the specific story with regard to Musburger and Jimmy the Greek and the commissioner, but they CBS had a problem with the NFL and Jimmy the Greek and the odds makers in the early beginning, so they had to be careful because they didn't want the NFL didn't. It's funny. The NFL now is all up in gambling, right? I mean, they'll take all the gambling sponsorship dollars they can get. But back in the day, Pete Rozelle did not want to have any association with gambling. So Brent had to get creative for the gamblers with regard to the weather forecast, is kind of how they kind of got the message out in terms of, hey, Jimmy, what's the weather going to be like in Miami? It's a clear sky today in Miami, Brent. And so that meant the Dolphins were going to be favored. Something along those lines.
Okay.
Fascinating? Is that fascinating?
Fascinating.
Fascinating. And now the NFL's, Major League Baseball, NBA, college sports. Take your pick. Take your pick. Take all the gambling. Are you concerned
with the gambling? Nope.
Well, I was going to say is by the players being associated with that, or is that just their own stupid fault because they know the rule, and if they're bored and they can't stay away from the gambling, then it's their own fault if they get caught. And you got a couple of Cleveland pitchers that
and I'm not I'm one that believes that here in America we should be allowed to make our own decisions and do what we want to do with our money and all those kind of things. And if you are in a organization or a league or a business that has rules and you break those rules, then you should be punished.
Sure.
Yeah, but you have the right to make those mistakes.
Yeah.
But
You have the right to be stupid.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Do I wish people would stop being as stupid as they are.
The few guys that are getting caught are a tiny tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
I feel like in all professional sports, and I don't think this is just because it's become more mainstream, but I think it's been going on.
For quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and probably the guys that are getting caught, there's probably a reason why they're getting caught.
Because they're dumb.
Well, they're dumb, and maybe they haven't settled up their scores, and so somebody is tipping off the gumshoes.
And other guys are just smarter about it.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that's where the NCAA gumshoes have gone. Maybe the gumshoes have gone from investigating, teams that pay players under the table or just pay players to now they've shifted it to the gambling department. So maybe the gumshoes aren't totally unemployed, Jamie.
So I know what gumshoes are, but how did they get the name gumshoes?
I don't know. I would turn to Jeff for that. Do you know how they came up with the term gumshoes?
I'm guessing because of the amount of time that they were walking around that they would always have gum on their shoes. But that is a flat-out guess.
That's like the layup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
Occam's razor? The most simplest answer is usually the correct one.
Here we go. This from the Google machine.
I've never heard of that, Jeff.
Gumshoes was developed because detectives were known for moving quietly in their rubber-soled shoes. Okay. Gumshoes was a specific shoe that was worn to protect regular shoes. Was worn to move stealthily and quietly during investigations by private investigators. So gumshoes.
Okay.
There you go.
Now I know.
You learned something today.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
This one a wobbler towards the right side of the field. Welker takes it at the 11. He's going to try to get to the right sideline, breaks the tackle. He's got running room at the 30, the 35-40. He's the midfield, the 45-40. He may go. 25, 10, touchdown Red Raiders. Oh my goodness, 89 yards on the punt return, and Tech has the lead.
Signature Stag, your one-stop man shop for legendary game day gear.
7:16 this morning here on the Morning Drive. That's a big moment.
Oh man, so good.
It's a big
So
moment. Big
So
moment.
many great memories.
Yeah. Hoping to have some of those this year, right?
Our guy in the stands and the pitcher.
Yeah.
Desperately need to get him on the radio.
Just the hottest I've ever been at a football game in my life. Us scoring in overtime the Aggies scoring in overtime and missing the extra point, and their fans getting up and leaving because they knew they had no chance to stop Kingsbury and the Red Raiders offense. And that was a great day to be a Red Raider. There is no question about it.
Yeah.
I will always love me some Wes Welker for that play right there. Yeah.
We get this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line from Syntex Hank, and you can too. You can go to doubleTSportsNetwork.com to see all of this. Watch Choice and those 2-minute bits you all posted. Fun to watch. Nice to see more of the human side of the players and coaches. He does a great job with those things.
Yeah, I agree. They're a lot of fun. Okay, so can I take the mic here for a minute?
Absolutely.
Okay. So to me, hype and expectations are two different things. And hype to me is a little bit of like hope. You're hoping your team is really good. You think they're going to be really good. You're as a fan, you're really wishing that they're going to be really good. Expectation is something completely different, where it's like, okay, yeah, it's not about hope. It's about we expect, right? Mm-hmm. I think we've talked about this before. There's a lot of reasons that coaches hype up their team. Whether it's, trying to get the fan base excited, whether it's trying to sell season tickets, whether it's trying to, I've heard coaches talk about, to help the confidence of their team, to show that the coaches believe in them. I mean, there's just try to drum up interest and excitement and all the above. Get more fans in the stands so they can have a better atmosphere and I can help them win. There are reasons for hype, okay, that coaches try to hype up their team. And I think in years past, Joey Maguire has done some of those things. And it's understandably why he did it. I don't hear any hype coming from Joey Maguire right now.
No.
I don't hear any hype coming from the team right now, okay? I hear expectations coming from the team right now. To me, hype is a little bit blind. It's like, again, it's we don't know anything, but we sure are hoping, okay? Expectations is like, look at this roster, okay? I don't care that Texas Tech has never won a Big 12 championship game or Big 12 championship. I don't care that for years and years and years your roster was nowhere close to the Longhorns or the Sooners or the Aggies in this conference. I don't care. Your roster is the best in the conference. Nobody needs to hype this team up. Okay? You should expect this team to be playing in the Big 12 championship game. I understand things can go wrong. Really, really good teams have things go wrong, and it changes the course of their season. I get it. That could happen here too.
Yeah.
Okay? But for people who are talking about, well, Maguire hyped the team in years past, or so many years, we've been hyped. No, none of these coaches, have been able to live up to the hype. This is different. This is expectations. This is not hype. Okay? It should be for everybody. Everybody that's a fan of Texas Tech. This is the first time you can say, we are the big dog. Our roster is the best. Okay? Now, with this, puts pressure on players and coaches.
Sure.
Absolutely. There are no excuses left. None.
Yeah, because you've got
none.
You've gotten everything that you
have one of the highest payrolls in the country. Mm-hmm. Okay? You have terrific talent. Terrific talent. You've done a great job assembling this roster, okay? There is no reason, okay, to not have expectations. You don't need hype. You don't need blind hope. Look at the roster. Look at the star rankings. Look at how many great players. Look at the Senior Bowl, how many guys they want that are listed from Texas Tech.
No,
I mean,
it is the most of any Division I football team for the Shrine Bowl.
You are not that team that's the, cute and cuddly little Texas Tech anymore. Mm-hmm. This is the big dog in this conference roster-wise. And it's fair to expect great things. And I think that team and that coaching staff absolutely does.
And it sounds like they've embraced that too.
Yeah. I don't think this is hype at all.
Yeah.
I think it's just straight up expectations.
That sets the bar extremely high for this football season.
It sure does.
And it should be too, based on what you have spent and what you have done, whether it's the facilities or, just the extra, little things that you've done for the players and the coaches and.
I mean, for years and years, we've all,
poor little old us.
As Red Raiders, the Longhorns get so much more than we do, and the Aggies have so much more money to spend, and if we had this money like the pup fund this and the pup fund that,
right.
Okay, that's us now. Yeah. In this conference,
we've created it well
with what you're doing at football.
Created a fun pup fund.
With what you're doing in football and men's basketball and softball.
Absolutely.
That's us in every one of those sports. Mm-hmm. We should not go into any season feeling like,
woe is me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. People feel woe is me compared to us.
Yeah. We ain't Willie Black Cloud anymore.
Well, it'll be a black cloud if you don't live up to expectations.
Right, but I mean, it's not Willie Black Cloud now. It's always poor as me. So.
That's just my take. I don't think hype is the word for this football team.
No, I think you said that well. I think
people who are smart look at the roster and go, yeah, you should be in the Big 12 championship game.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like the ones that are trying to tear you down, the national pundits, say, well, the transfer portal stuff that the Texas Tech's got or that was available it's really weaker than what it's been made out to be.
I have not heard that the portal was weaker this year.
That doesn't. There's some of that. There's some guys that have quote unquote lost a star because they came here instead of going to Texas or Oklahoma or someplace else.
Just a high school recruit.
That the outside tearing down doesn't bother me as much as the inside tearing down. The negative, like, I'm being cautious. I'm trying not to get wrapped up into the hype and saying this team is going undefeated, but I want the team to do well. I am sick to death, and I think all of us are, and I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat line, and I think all three of us are, of the, well, we're just going to find a way to blow it attitude that Texas Tech fans have had. I get it. Totally get it that you've been lied to and that you have been cheated on and that you have been left at the altar. Totally get it. But it hadn't happened this year yet. We ain't played a stinking game yet. Let's be excited and get ready for football season.
That's us as humans, though. And I'll say one thing. There's a reason I don't think Joey McGuire is, quote-unquote, hyping up his team. He doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to. Yep.
He doesn't have to.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just look at the guys he brought in. That Texas Tech brought in. That got here somehow for whatever reason. No reason to hype up this team. It speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3, presented today by someone not named Jamie, is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, guys. We've been derelict in our duties.
Oh, wow.
And it's not Jamie's fault. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's a group effort.
Okay.
Any one of us could have asked this question. We missed it after our last checkpoint, which would have been Big 12 Media Days. We can't make up for that because we've had the next checkpoint, which is the first day of Texas Tech football practice and Tech Media Days. Two-part question, gentlemen. Number one, what will Texas Tech football record be in the regular season this year? And part two, if you have losses, who are they to?
Oh, yes. You're probably right. You're probably right about that.
We missed a couple.
Missed a couple of
We,
checkpoints.
as a group, have missed. We are making up for that. I hope Bullfighter's listening so you can write this down, too, because he keeps track of it as well.
On the last day of July.
On the last day of July, sure.
Yeah.
Texas Tech football record, and if you have losses, who are they to?
I feel like the number that just flashed into my head as you were talking about this is 10-2, and I hate giving you these two losses. I really, really, really do, because I think they're pivotal games.
He's going to take Kansas.
No, I'm not. I'm going to take two road games at Arizona State and at K-State.
Jamie?
Yes.
Ditto?
10-2. K-State, Arizona State.
I also have 10-2. Kansas State should come as no surprise that I'm picking against the Red Raiders to lose that game. I'm going Oregon State. And that's a 10-2 that I think still gets you into the Big 12 championship game.
Well, that's a better one because it makes you 8-1 in conference play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think our 10-2 also could get you in very easily to the Big 12 championship game. No guarantee, but very easily could.
Why are you
It's your first game with the Pulse. I need to see them play well in your first game with the Pulse.
Okay.
Are you sure they have a pulse?
They have one. It's very weak, but it is there.
Is this the hangover from
There's
Washington?
both of those two losses are hangovers from everything I've seen in the last decade.
Okay.
Yes. That's that. You blow out Oregon State, I may go say you go undefeated. That it could be that much of a turnaround for how worried I am about that game. Well, and because you are the better football team. You are absolutely the better football team.
That just doesn't make any sense, Jeff. They're not going to be that good.
Bullfighter, my losses were Oregon State and Kansas State. He asked on the chat line.
Let's see.
And now we can get to the positive thoughts from the chat line. See, it's a two-thinger there. We get a quick question in, so we get all the great comments.
Yes. All right. So, thoughts, comments from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Has Chuck started his climb yet? I don't know what that means.
Well, if you win this game, you win this game, you get this game, you get on a roll here, and you're going to be 11-0.
This, you have to say how many losses to set Chuck up for a moment, Jeff. Okay. We get this. Rant Jamie is the best Jamie. I thought was a very controlled.
I didn't feel like I was ranting.
I didn't feel like you were ranting. I think it was just a well-educated opinion. How about that? I look forward to
Thank you.
You're welcome. I look forward
I was talking to the texter, but thank you too, Chuck.
Oh, okay.
Chuck reads a compliment towards me and takes credit for it.
No,
love it.
Well, you said thank you, and I said because I said it was a well-educated comment. And you said thank you. That's what I was responding to. I look forward to every season for every Tech team. They will have my full support at 15-0 or 8-5. Okay. With regard to Jamie's quote rant, louder for the folks in the back, Jamie. Tech fans, let the cake bake. Enjoy this ride. We could be seeing something special. Quit waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yes.
Hi.
We're off your lawn. Can we get back to Chuck saying crazy things? Ton of sarcasm, Jamie. Totally agree with what you're saying.
But I think that's a very funny text.
Yes.
Just like I sometimes think that people don't really want us to do hardcore sports. They would rather us just hear your stories.
I don't. Marquis says, I expect this team to go 10-2. Maybe that's where I got the 10-2 from. Was from Marquis. He put that in my brain. Okay. Somebody said, great insight, Jamie. Yes. Jamie just mentioned the photo at the Welker Aggie game. I ordered that photo last week, my favorite Tech photo of all time, and I'm 78. Wreck 'em. I hope you get a frame for it, too. Too bad you weren't here last year when Welker was in town. You could have gotten it signed to blah, blah, blah. Wes Welker.
Yeah, that would have hurt the value.
Well, I know, but I mean, you're not at 78. Are you buying stuff to be able to sell later? Probably not.
Probably not, but
yeah.
I mean, don't make it about you. On that picture, just get Wes Welker to sign
Wes Welker sign it and date it. Whatever the date was
Wes
to that
Welker.
game.
Just
Wes Welker. Yeah, wreck 'em. Wes Welker.
There you go.
Guns up, Wes Welker. Like,
right.
Are you more of a wreck 'em guy or a guns up guy?
I am definitely a guns up guy.
Guns up guy. Okay. Dan in Dallas weighs in. Boys, I am full of hopium this year, he says. Hopium. We will win the Big 12, Dan in Dallas. Woo!
I like it.
Dan in Dallas, will you host a...
Then it'll be Dan in Arlington. Yes, and Dan will invite you to come stay at his house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he will.
Great.
Hey, whoa.
I think Dan would really enjoy that.
Maybe for dinner, he might not like all the colony showing up.
Dan, you should definitely have Chuck over that Big 12 championship game weekend.
That would be cool. Have a sit down.
You guys would stay up all night chatting.
have a sit down with Dan in Dallas. Yeah. What more could you ask for, right?
I would win the game the next day.
Sure. He sits right below me when he's in town.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Tied at 38, 3 seconds to go, 62-yard try. Garibay has his foot into it. It may be long enough. It is good! It is good! It is good! Jonathan Garibay has won the game with a
8:02 this morning here on the morning drive, and that put the Red Raiders bowl eligible as Brian Jensen, John Harris there on the radio broadcast on Double T 97.3 against Iowa State, and gave Tech an opportunity to go postseason play.
That's right.
Joey McGuire was working out of the East Side offices, and Sonny Cumbie and his group were trying to win football games, and Coach McGuire was putting together his team and getting ready for things as they were making a change in the regime there, obviously. Hey, good morning. It is 8:03 this morning on the Morning Drive with Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. Great to have you with us today on the Morning Drive. Now that we've kind of had just a little bit of time here, kind of get camp opened and get past Big 12 Media Day and things like that, and the individual media days for teams. Is there a team that has made you kind of change your look at them a little bit, from a Tech schedule standpoint, where you go, okay, I'm a little more concerned or less concerned about this team, or is it nothing's really changed?
Not really about the having media days or anything like that. I'm very interested in the fact that so many people have Utah really bouncing back in a big way and feeling like they're a contender in this conference to win the conference when they were just 2-7 in Big 12 play a year ago. So that's a team that maybe now, just hearing the quote-unquote experts feel like they're going to be one of the top teams, maybe I fear that game will be tougher than I initially thought.
Mm-hmm. Do you still feel that way about the Kansas game on October the 11th?
I still feel like that's a losable game, yes.
And is specifically because of the quarterback? I mean, just what he's been able to do, or is that maybe the big concern?
Just the
there?
way that they finished the end of last season.
Yeah, okay.
They were a really good team down the stretch.
Do you feel a little less about BYU now that they've got quarterback problems, or a new quarterback?
Yeah,
different quarterback.
I think there's not that I thought that Retzlaff was just a future Hall of Famer or anything. I just feel like there's something to be said for a multi-year starter at the quarterback position and having a veteran there.
Mm-hmm. Is there a trap game on this schedule?
A trap game?
Yeah. You're really not into the trap game kind of stuff.
No.
You're not really a trap game guy. Because I think if I were to ask Jeff that question, there's two potential trap games in my mind, Jeff. Which ones do you think they are?
The thing about a trap game is it's got to be a lesser opponent before somebody you've got to gear up for.
Okay.
Like Texas, Oklahoma, A&M. Somebody that you are focused on beating. If Alabama was on your schedule, somebody like that.
Kansas would be the one for me.
As a trap game?
Yeah, you're looking ahead to a tough road game to Arizona State, knowing how big that's going to be. That's the conference champ from a year ago. And you overlook Kansas, who I think is a solid team.
I have a trap game in mind that I think Jeff's going to pick.
If I had to pick one, I'd say Oregon State.
Yeah.
Looking ahead to Utah and the supposed preseason hype from them.
Big 12 play begins and all that kind of stuff.
You're riding high off of two teams that don't have a pulse. If I had to pick one, that would be what it is. But if Oregon State looks like they don't have a pulse either, which, again, they have a slow pulse, I don't know that you have a trap game on your schedule.
I think the potential letdown game...
Your first loss. Whoever that would be is going to be the letdown.
Well, the potential letdown game, depending on what it means going into this game, could be West Virginia. In other words, if you don't have a chance at a Big 12 championship game going into that game, that could be a big letdown game.
Yeah, letdown game and trap game are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Oregon State. I mean, I'm confused by your extreme fear for them.
Who, Jeff's?
I didn't say it was rational. I just said it was mine.
I mean, they lost to Nevada, UNLV. They lost to Cal 44-7. They lost to San Jose State. They got shut out by Air Force. I'm confused where all the fear comes from.
You have not performed well. Now, granted, those were on the road, and that matters. You've not performed well against the first team of the Pulse. They're the first team of the Pulse. It's on life support, but it is a Pulse. Your third team guys could start your first 2 games, and you should win them.
I don't know.
I'm going to say yes to that.
Yeah.
Against those first 2 teams?
Your first 2 opponents.
Yes,
your third
absolutely.
string guys should be able to go out
First 2
there and
teams,
dominate.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not true. I don't think that's true with Oregon State.
Yeah.
It might be your second team that can go out there and win, but that's that's my definition of they have a pulse. You have to go play that game, and I need to see them do that before I say they're going to.
Okay.
I didn't say it was rational. I just said it was mine.
This is your North Texas from last year.
I know. I was thinking about that.
The difference is it won't be Oregon State every time we play them. It's just this time.
I was thinking that part of this is partly my fault because of my obsession with North Texas last year. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hope it goes as well for us as that one did.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, no question. 8:09 this morning here on the Morning Drive. We'll have Ranger Baseball on the air for you tonight. They take on the Seattle Mariners in the Emerald City. We'll have it for you at 8. Balls and strikes at about 8:40 tonight. No Astros today. They're off. They had played 13 in a row, Jamie, prior to yesterday's game since the All-Star break. Get a day today to kick their feet up a bit. They have to go to Boston. They'll take on the Red Sox tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. Rangers are in Seattle for the next 4 days.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet973.com.